us live where Finance Minister Arun Jaitley is releasing a commemorative stamp to celebrate 140 years of the BSE, that's the Bombay Stock Exchange. Well, these are live inputs. You can see Finance Minister Arun Jaitley unveiling the commemorative postage stamp on 140 years of the BSE, that's the Bombay Stock Exchange. The postage stamp there that has been released, it has an image of the stock exchange with a bull. Well, we're bringing you live visuals there. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley unveiling a commemorative postage stamp on 140 successful years of the Bombay Stock Exchange.
Occasion where 140 years of the BSE have been celebrated by the commemorative stamp which has been brought out by the Postal Department. 140 years history is a long one. And it's a history of a period where the world has seen a changing economic order. The setting up of stock exchanges a few centuries ago in various parts of the world, in fact, was one of the major economic steps of transformation. There were circumstances, Ashish told me that there was a collapse of cotton industries in certain parts of the world, and the domestic cotton industries needed capital. And therefore the economic necessity itself gave birth to the BSE. But I think one of the greatest revolutions that took place in raising capital, which eventually transformed into wealth generation, was this whole idea of a company having a distinct identity and a company having a larger body of shareholders, each unknown to the other. Providing an opportunity to investors all over to choose the very best and invest through that mechanism itself. I wonder if this whole concept of a distinct corporate identity and its entitlement to raise capital and its limited liability distinct from those who manage the company, if this concept globally had not been created some centuries ago, whether economic transformation of the world would have taken place at all. And therefore it was very important even today that this principle is upheld, because raising capital and generating wealth and then using that wealth to enrich the society is based on this premise. We occasionally dilute this distinction when fraudulent activities take place. This itself was probably one of the most major steps towards industrialization of the world itself. And for India's oldest stock exchange, it's extremely important that not only does it continue to prosper, in order to prosper, the credibility of such institutions is extremely important. And to maintain the credibility of these institutions, I think now slowly there is an evolution over the last 20-25 years of having a strong regulatory mechanism also in place, so that through the supervisory eye of that regulatory mechanism, we are able to ensure that they work with a lot of credibility and they are able to deliver the very purpose for which they were created. I wonder at times if the best of the BSE and NSE is yet to come. And this is obviously for the reason that having had tighter and regulated economic policies in the past.
Well, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, on the occasion of the unveiling of the commemorative stamp celebrating 140 years of the Bombay Stock Exchange, in his speech, the Finance Minister congratulated BSE of having completed 140 years through a changing economic order. He recounted the significance of setting up stock exchanges the world over when that was done, and he said it's one of the greatest revolutions in raising capital for wealth generation was the idea of a company having a distinct identity and public shareholders, among various other aspects of stock exchange that he talked about. With that